So, I'm here in my messy room. I've been asleep for a few hours. Here's my PlayStation 5 right there. I've had it for 2 weeks, close to. I got it June 30th, and today's the 11th, so close to 2 weeks on Sunday. And I have been loving the shit out of this thing. It is amazing. Personally, I prefer the PlayStation 5 over the Xbox any day. But I do like Xbox still. It's just I've had it for so long that it's just like, ugh. But yeah. Don't have that many games on it to play. There's a bunch of games, see, but I just, I still gotta, there's so many games for me to play. It can be really overwhelming and confusing to figure out which games to play. Considering I have 3 months of PlayStation Plus, it's just like, Anyway, today's Friday, June 11th. I'm actually gonna go outside for this video, because, quite a day today. Ooh, beautiful day out here today. So, I finally left ABM. So I no longer work for not round one. I haven't worked at round one since fucking November. I no longer work with ABM at the Amazon warehouse in Sumner anymore. That chapter's over already. But today's going to be kind of a fun day. It's a 4-day weekend this weekend. There's 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays. Monday's going to be the last day of the weekend for me. And then Tuesday, I have an orientation, I think. I don't think it's going to be a whole day. I think it's only going to be a few hours. And then, so I got to see what time they want me to be there on Tuesday. And then I got to go get my tabs today. New tabs. Got to go get my, gonna do some guitar lessons with my pastor. Hopefully he'll bring a bass to let me borrow, because I had a Squire P bass. I never made a video about it at least I don't think I did. And hopefully he'll have a better bass for me to borrow for the meantime. But so I had to give it back because it wasn't even his. It was the church's bass. It was a fucking Squire P bass. It's just like me. And then I'm probably going to go skating tonight, I think. A friend of mine wants me to go skating at a skating rink. I haven't skated in so long, dude. It's been like 10 years since I went to the skating rink. I haven't skated in a while, so it'll be a little bit to get used to, but yeah. So it's been a long time, so hopefully this weekend we'll have a fun time, enjoy it. It's the first weekend. I'm not unemployed, so I don't want to say that, but I did leave round one 2 weeks to work for another job, but that one didn't last very long. I'm really going to do what I can to stick with it. With this one, I'm not going to leave it on the first fucking day, because that's what happened with Amazon. I ended up quitting Amazon just like that after the first day. I need it. I need this one. I need to do it. I need to work with it. I just need to roll with it, so yeah, but it's Friday. I finished my last day. Well, what was it like? So, Wednesday, I think I talked, actually I don't think I even talked about Wednesday. I said goodbye to David. I said goodbye to Mariama, which Mariama was like super surprised, dude. She's a nice lady, but she just is kind of doesn't know how to work proper with some things. But, it was never my problem what that girl did. I never really cared that she went to the prayer room. I didn't care. You don't hide in the bathroom, but I don't give a fuck. I do, but, I'm not gonna rat someone out for that. As long as they don't fucking rat me out, Like Norma. Norma used to rat me out for no fucking reason. Just for whatever, working with someone, that was a problem. Not getting the garbages enough, PJ is the problem. It's just like things like that. Shit like that is what makes me not want to start, makes me want to start fucking with this person. What Art did, made me want to get him back. But yeah, so, but yeah, Wednesday, yeah, I said goodbye to Mariama and David, and that was it with them. And then, yesterday, said goodbye to everybody else, Candace, Lily. Well, Lily wants to hang out, but, I don't really know about that. And then Dom wants to hang out too, which, yes, hence the skating possibly tonight, but yeah, I got a couple people who want me to go out and hang out with them, so I'm gonna take the opportunity to actually fucking do it, if I got the finances for it, and hopefully things will be a little easier to do stuff, do things. But yeah, it was a little tough. I was like, goodbye, Case, goodbye, fucking Cart. I'm just like, goodbye, everything else, So, I'm actually gonna grab my stuff out of the car. What's up, cats? What's up, Jack? Got Jack and Jill. Bareback. Did you guys get some food? A prowler off or something. Let's go see what they want. They don't have any food or water. What's going on, dudes? Well, let me get your water first. No wonder why they're circling around me, because they don't have no food. Alright, I got their water. Move. Yeah. So there's water. Of course, I spilled some. There you guys go. I love these cats. They're good cats. So like I was saying, yeah, I tried to get people's social medias. Didn't really work. Jason, Facebook, for whatever reason, wouldn't let me add him. Candace, actually, I did add, but I don't think she remembered to add me back. And then Carrie, she didn't want it. Only because, I guess, which is actually valid. I can totally get it. She doesn't want to add coworkers and ex-coworkers, which I'm like, that actually makes sense. Yeah, that's fair. So she was like, nah, I don't want to do that. So I was like, well, no sweat on my ass. So anyway, Jim still has not fucking done his barbecuer. Dude, like, come on, man. So, yeah, but on the other hand, that was it. They also bought me Subway, which was extremely nice of them. They got Subway. I ordered my meatball sub with lettuce, tomato, and bacon. that's my signature Subway sandwich. Meatball sub with lettuce, bacon, and tomato. Meatball BLT, basically. So, yeah, that's it. I said goodbye to everybody for the most part. Lily came in yesterday because she was making up for Monday, which I was glad she was, because there was nobody to help with the bathrooms. So, but yeah, that's a chapter over. So I no longer work in Sumner anymore. It's going to be a little weird driving east instead of north to get to work, because all my jobs that I've been working, for the most part, I've been having to drive north, like to the mall and to Sumner and just down Meridian, right? And IHOP was on Meridian. What was on Meridian? So obviously Reno, Nevada, that was my first job. That doesn't really count because I was only there for like 4 months. I worked at Spirit Halloween in Spanaway, and I ended up quitting that. But I lived at my cousin's at the time, so it was just a bike ride down around the horse arena in Spanaway. There's the Fur Lane Cemetery, or Fir Grove, Fur Lane. I'm pretty sure it's Fur Lane Cemetery. And then there's the horse arena that's right there. I don't know why they have a horse arena there, but they do. And I used to work at I think that's the only job I worked at in Spanaway. I think that's the only job I worked at. And then I left that. What else? Walmart was down on Meridian. IHOP was down in Meridian. The mall, obviously, Meridian. Round one was at the mall. The other Spirit Halloween toy, it's hot. That's why I came back in here. It's actually really hot. The second Spirit Halloween was by the mall, Sumner, I had to cross Meridian to get to the freeway, to get to Sumner. What is this cat doing? What are you doing, bruh? Later, dude. So, yeah, what else? Yeah, most of my jobs were having to go down Meridian. And then the one day that I did fucking the Amazon warehouse down by the, down in Frederickson on Canyon, that was the only other direction down that way that I had to go. But now this new job, I got to drive down that same way to get there, so whatever the quickest route is. I got directions, thankfully, I guess, so I'm going to have to get used to it. I'm going to have to stick with it because the benefits are really good. The pay is not as good as the delivery driving job, but, it's a stable place, so. I'm going to eat the rest of these. Oh my God. Gonna have to. They're starting to get stale. There's only two left anyway. So I'll eat that one after I finish this donut. So yeah, Jack, stop. He knows to stop doing that. I know cats can't help it, but he knows that we really don't like him doing that. He doesn't even try to get in my closet anymore. He knows I can't stand him getting in my closet, so he stopped doing that. But yeah, so on the other hand, that was how it ended. I came home, took a shower, I didn't even do it. I fell asleep hella early last night. I actually fell asleep at like 8 o'clock. I was on the couch and I passed out on the... Yeah, I'm sorry. The couch is messy. It's got kids' toys on it, which it'll have to be cleaned up. It's a fucking mess in here. But Victoria's not a toddler anymore, I guess, because I guess toddlers only between 1 to 3 years old. So she's got to learn to start picking this shit up. But yeah, you know, yeah, I fell asleep pretty early last night. I fell asleep at like 8 o'clock, and then I got woken up at 10 o'clock, and I was so fucking tired. I didn't even put anything on the charger. I didn't put my phone. I didn't put my tablet. I had stuff in my pocket still. I just flat out right on the bed, and that was it. And then I woke up like sleeping all funky as hell, man. I was like sleeping like if I was on the side, like laying on a chair. If I fell asleep on this couch, you know, with my legs on the ground and my whole upper body up, that's what I was sleeping like. My legs were just kind of like, I was just kind of like that. And I was just like, really? Because the cats take over a good portion of my bed, you know, so my body, I guess, just decides to scooch over for them, which is kind of good because I don't want to crush the cats. Look at this motherfucker. They do love saying hello, don't they, Jack? Say hi to the camera, buddy. I kept on pausing and thinking I was done eating, but I wasn't. But yeah, so I had people calling me yesterday. So yeah, that's the end of my time working with ABM. They said if I need it back, if nothing works out, I can come back. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. You know they like it if they offer it back to you automatically. So, got the apple fritter. This is the last one. So, to ABM, pardon me for saying y'all may be cheapskates that pay really low, no benefits, not really, barely, no holiday pay, but it was a damn fine job working at that warehouse. And I hope all to those that are still there, things go well. But I'm gonna get my weekend going. I gotta get ready for it's still 10 o'clock, so I mean, I'm somewhat good, but I gotta go get my tabs and all that crap. So I gotta see what I gotta do first. That, guitar playing and skating, or maybe skating tonight. Not sure. So, yeah. Bye for now.